Previously on Big Brother 14, Elise won the Final 5 Head of Household competition and nominated Trey and Lauren for eviction because they're a couple. After Trey won the power of veto, he and Lauren discussed who had the better chance at winning the game so that they could send that person on to the Final 4. Trey ultimately saved himself and Lauren was evicted from the Big Brother house. Trey then turned around and won the Final 4 Head of Household competition. When Elise won the Final 4 power of veto, she had to choose between her two allies, Maddie and Dylan. Ultimately, Elise evicted Dylan to stay true to her partner from the start of the game, Maddie.
Stick to my word. I'm gonna play a loyal game, and I'm sorry, but Dylan, I'm gonna go to evict you.
All right, Dylan, you've been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Close the door, please.
Final 3, made it. Fought my way, won the veto. Protected myself. Won the HOH. Final 3. About to go into the last competition.
Hello, Final 3. It is time for part 1 of the 3-part HOH competition. Oh, wow. The winners of part 1 and of parts 1 and 2 will continue to part 3, where you will compete to be the last HOH to cast the last vote to evict, and then the final 2 will face off in front of the jury to win this whole shebang. Okay? Here's how part 1's going to work. First, you have to score 2 beanbags from behind this brick line. You have beanbags back there. You have to get your own rebounds. Then, once you score your 2 beanbags, you move on to station 2, where you grab your 1 cylinder and try to knock down 1 brick. Okay? Once you knock down 1 brick, come over here where you will grab a lasso and finish this just like we started, and lasso one of these beautiful buckets. Elise scores her first. Trey just misses. Elise just misses. Trey gets his first. Trey scores his second. Yeah, you stay there. No, Trey, you only use 1. Maddie gets her first. Elise hits a brick. Trey hits a brick. It's down to the lasso. Trey lassos his bucket and wins part 1 of the HOH competition. Which means Elise and Maddie, you will face off in part 2.
We're here. Part 1's in the books. The girls are doing part 2. Winner of that is going to face me in part 3. Winner of the competition takes somebody with them to the final 2. I know these girls aren't going to take me with me. Take me with them, so I have to win this. It is a must if I want to win this game. Hopefully I have the votes in the jury. Alright, for part 2 of this final HOH competition, I have Tetris-like puzzle pieces in there, and you have to build a cube out of them. Okay? Alright, get ready. In 3, 2, 1, begin.
What is it, 3 by 3?
3 by 3 by 3, yes.
Oh, I got it!
Alright, so Maddie wins part 2 of the final HOH competition. Which means, Elise, you will not win the final HOH competition. Alright, here's how this is going to work. I have 7 questions about the entire game. After I ask the questions, I'll hold my hands up. Whoever tags my hand first, please wait until I call on you. We'll be able to answer the question. If you get it wrong, you have to run back, touch your seat, come back and slap my hand. Okay? You get as many guesses as you want until someone gets it right. Okay? The first player to 4 points will be the final HOH, and will cast the final vote to evict. Question 1. Who was voted the funniest in the Shady HOH competition? Maddie.
Logan.
Correct. 1 point, Maddie. How many unanimous votes were there, including single votes?
4.
No.
10.
No.
5.
No. No.
3.
No.
11.
No.
6.
No.
9.
No.
8.
Correct. 1 point, Trey. How many times did Dylan have the HOH, counting white hat, black hat, and a regular HOH? Rock, paper, scissors.
Three.
No.
2.
Correct. 2 points, Trey. How many votes did Jen get when she went home?
1.
No. No.
2.
No. Votes against.
Oh.
No.
12.
No. No.
11.
Correct. 3 points, Trey. Who went home when Ani was the black hat HOH for the first time?
Scarlet? No.
No.
Oh, Natalie?
Correct.
Okay.
Who won safety and started the safety training?
Wait, oh shoot. Oh my gosh, I forgot. You can guess if you want.
It was,
Logan?
Correct.
Okay.
3-3. How many people were still in for the double eviction white hat round?
8.
No.
9.
Correct. Maddie won the final HOH competition. All right.
1 all.
Which means Elise and Trey, you will be the final nominees. Please take your seats. It's time for one last eviction. Elise and Trey, one of you will be evicted tonight and not make the finals. Maddie, you are the final HOH, and as a result, you get to choose who accompanies you to the final 2. Please stand and cast your vote to evict.
I really liked playing with both of you. I mean, we were like from the very first round, like we were good. So I'm so sorry, Trey.
Oh, yeah.
You were awesome. Like you were so good.
Thank
But I vote to evict Trey and go to the finals with Elise.
All right, Trey, you have been evicted from the big. I have some stats that I compiled. Okay? Maddie was nominated twice throughout the game. She was HOH once, and she won the white hat once. HOH being like a black hat or a normal HOH. She won 1 veto. She received 0 votes against her throughout the day. Throughout the day, no one said, I vote to evict Maddie. And she was saved by a white hat once. Okay? Elise was nominated 3 times throughout the day. That includes the final 3. She won 1 HOH and 1 white hat competition, just like Maddie. She won 1 veto, just like Maddie. She has 0 votes against her from throughout the day. No one today said, I vote to evict Elise. And she was saved by a white hat person twice. Okay? So those are just some stats that you know it's a pretty tight race, as is. So here's how it's going to work. You will both get a chance to quickly plead your case on why you deserve to win. We'll go around the circle. If the jury has a question or a comment, they can make it. Then you'll make one final statement about why you should win the game. We'll vote and end it. How do we feel?
Good. Hi guys. Okay, so I don't know. I just feel like I played like a pretty honest game and like just tried to go with the flow for the most part. Like anytime like I was with you and ended up voting against you, it was mostly because I just wanted to go with what the house wanted and not because I was actually like after you, because I just didn't want to like ruffle feathers. So that was like the biggest thing for that. Other than that, I mean like I pretty much worked with each of you at one point in this game, and I hope that you can see that like I was being true to that if I did work with you. And I don't know, I just feel like I played a good game. It was my first time. It was really fun, and I really enjoyed playing with all of you. Y'all were fun. That's it.
Right, Elise.
Hi. This was an amazing experience, and I'm so happy that I got to play my first Big Brother season with y'all. Today I think I played a really clean game, and I was loyal and kept my word. I think that I was able to like hold my own and maintain my alliances. And I pretty much, like Maddie said, I pretty much worked with all of you at some point, and I don't think I burned any bridges. And that made the game really pleasurable and pleasant, and I was so happy that I made friends and alliances. And yeah, thank you.
What was your plan after I used a veto to, back your Scott? Like when I used a veto on, I forgot who I used it on, but
Maddie.
yeah.
Yeah. Like what?
Yeah.
Can you explain your question?
Like, what were you thinking? Like, what was your?
Okay.
What was your plan to get into the final 2?
Okay. You
Don't.
I don't remember. I just remember like I didn't know about that until like the last minute.
Me neither.
And I was really shocked about that. But I just went with it because like that's what people were doing anyway. So like I knew like my one vote wouldn't have made a difference for you. So, but I don't think I remember like having a specific motive after that.
Okay.
Well, I was on the block and I was staying on the block, so at that point, nothing was in my control. I was trusting that like if y'all wanted to keep me, y'all keep me, and then moving on from that, like that was a big recovery for me. I was like, okay, I need to like make sure that I'm not up again next round. So I kind of tried to step up my hype and make sure I was talking to everyone at all times. And I think at that point it was us. And I was planning on staying loyal, and that's kind of like, that was my tentative plan from then.
Okay, I just got a couple questions. So at least you said that you saved me, and I believe you, and I do appreciate that because we did stick throughout the other game. Maddie, I have nothing for you.
Yeah, we didn't really like ever work together, so I felt like I didn't have, like not really, I mean, every now and then we would talk, but like I never felt anything solid between us. So I just kind of like went with the flow with that vote.
I would like to know what each of you think your biggest game move
was?
I think like from the beginning I approached Elise and formed this, and from there we just kind of like always came back to that and like worked together. I don't know. I know I had some, but I forgot what they were. I guess for me, my biggest, it wasn't like one specific move, but like I just tried to like branch out more than normal, like just talk to everyone and like just see where everyone was at, rather than just like staying in like one thing. And I think like creating that huge alliance like with pretty much the whole house helped that for like a lot of rounds.
I think that, I don't know if this is like counted as one move, but the first thing I made sure was like not to like commit to anything too early, and I ended up having really like good relationships with everyone because of that, and like being loyal to Maddie from the beginning was like a big move for me. And then a little bit further on in the game, Ian and then Skylar, I think that they were like really like good power players, and forming like an alliance with them like kept me safe through a good chunk of the middle of the game. And then lastly, I think that, I guess this is kind of both Maddie and I put, we kind of fed Natalie some ideas for her sheriff.
Yeah.
We weren't the Christian.
No, we didn't know that
But
was happening.
we kind of, or I mean, I talked to her and I said, we have someone, we were thinking Meredith because Meredith had put up Natalie. Meredith in this group and somebody else in this group who we want, and at that time it was like Elise, but it changed. And making sure that they stay, Natalie swapped them so that they would be in separate, and we could put two pawns up and get them out. And that was like, I think after the sheriff round, that's when like the game kind of took off, and so I think that I can like take some responsibility for helping Natalie with those things.
Also, I wanted to ask you guys, I don't really get to talk to y'all about this, but what was the decision on saving Skylar rather than me or Logan?
Okay, so I pretty much knew that Ani was gonna save Lauren and Trey, and that I was saving at least her. So I knew that like it was gonna be out of one of the four of y'all, other ones that I would save. And honestly, like the only reason that I wasn't pulling more towards you is because I had just started working with you at that point, whereas like Christian and Skylar, I've been doing it all day, y'all, mixing up names. Skylar and Logan I had been working with like way earlier. That was really it.
Yeah.
And then I picked Skylar over Logan. Like literally it was like dead even, and then Elise said that like she had been talking to you and like that would be good, and that's really it. Like there was no like big reason that I didn't pick you besides the fact that we had like just started working together.
Yeah.
Whereas like them two I had worked with like way earlier in the game.
Alright, so it is time for the final pleas. Maddie and Elise, you have one last chance to just give your all, explain just your overall philosophy on the game, how you approached it, what got you here, any major moments. Just really whatever you want to say to try to swing vote your way in this last crucial speech. Maddie went first last time, so Elise,
Can I stand?
yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to thank you all again, and say that once again it was a pleasure. But really though, something that was just so unique about this game was like our big 15-person alliance. Like the whole house was an alliance.
Yeah.
Like everyone gathered in one room. Like there's one person not there, and that just made it a great bond. And I'm happy to say that I had moments with like each one of you, and that like it was awesome. And I hope you can like think about those and like the way I honored, like the what we talked about, and I was transparent. I was straightforward and honest. I never withheld, and I hope you just can like think about like those moments we had together during the game, and obviously just make your vote. But yeah, I think that my alliances that I made toward the beginning that I honored really carried me through, and more than well, equal to that, like voting with the majority when I needed to, but honoring whenever I had promised and when I would vote with for not for them, and also I did well in some comps, and I think I was a decently well-rounded player. I was able to talk. I played the social game and the comps sometimes. And yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, vote whoever, but consider me.
Great, thank you. Matt, you're up.
Okay. Hi guys. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like I played a really good game, and that like I had a bunch of things that like I was part of, like a bunch of like moves that I was part of or thought of, and kind of like she said, just like my alliances, like I tried to stay as loyal to them for as long as I could, and like in the end, like if I ended up like going against you, it was just to keep the majority. Like it was nothing against any of you, because like I honestly love playing with all of you, and I like kept those loyalties until I couldn't anymore. I like same thing, like I tried to be as honest as possible, like just I don't like being blindsided, so like I didn't want anyone else to be blindsided kind of thing. So like if I didn't talk to you before you went out, is because like I didn't want to have to like lie to you or anything, because I just hate that. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel like I did the best that I could, and I feel like I played a good game, and that I kept a lot of y'all in my alliance for as long as I could, same kind of thing. Just like the big alliance was so fun, like working with all of y'all together, like we just kind of like dominated the house. It was like all of us. Like that was crazy, but yeah, thank y'all for like, I don't know, working with me at any point. It was really fun, so okay.
17 hours later, here we are at the finish line. I want to thank you all for a great game of Big Brother. I was thoroughly entertained all day. I think everyone played really hard, and I think for the most part, I think everyone just positioned themselves really well. And you know it's a good game of Big Brother when literally anything can happen. It just matters how the competitions fall. And congratulations to both of you. I think this is one of the closest final twos we've ever had. Like as far as evenness and overall skill of the game, I think both of you are great, and I wish you both good luck, even though I already know what happened. Let's please give a big round of applause to our film crew. And for virtually no reason. So I appreciate it all. Y'all are a huge help. Thank you for fueling my favorite hobby. Alright y'all, I hope your $5 is worth it. Now it's time to change one of these ladies' lives by giving them $80.
Wow.
Alright.
Should have tried harder. I know.
Reminder that this is a vote to win, and you want to see your name if you want these $80. First vote. Trey voted for Maddie. That's one vote, Maddie. Ani voted for Elise. That's one vote, Elise. One vote, Maddie. Next vote. Lauren voted for Maddie. That's two votes, Maddie. One vote, Elise. Ian voted for Elise. Okay, that's two votes, Elise. Two votes, Maddie. Skylar voted for Elise.
Some effort.
When are you gonna learn how to scroll?
So that's three votes Elise, two votes Maddie. Logan voted for Maddie. That's three votes Maddie, 3 votes Elise, 1 vote left.
Oh my
Here we go. Dylan voted for the winner of Big Brother 14, Elise.